Hi, I'm Jonathan Mitchell with Richmond Ford, one of Virginia's most awarded dealers. Now, back in 2019, the Ranger returned to the lineup, and since then it has taken the midsize truck market by storm. The Ranger also shares the same underpinnings with the upcoming full-size Bronco, meaning that the two platforms can only benefit from one another from here on out. Such is the case with this new 2021 Tremor Package. But is the Ranger right for you, and are you better off with a Ranger over an F-150? Well, in this video, we intend to answer those questions, so join us as we take a closer look at the 2021 Ford Ranger. The Ranger has come a long way from the previous model. The new Ranger is a lot bigger and roomier and feels like a small SUV inside now more than a truck. The new Ranger was designed for the modern adventurer, the weekend home renovator, a retiree, and someone with a young family alike. The back seat in the crew cab has plenty of room for car seats both forward and rear facing. Now, the one drawback to the Ford Ranger is unfortunately the interior storage space. You do get storage in all four of the doors, and you do have two cubbies underneath this back seat. But when you pull this up, you notice it only comes up as one piece, something that I hope that Ford addresses in the next model. In 2021, the Ranger sees more variety in its lineup. First, starting at the lower end of the trims, the XL has a new STX Special Edition package available on the 101A with STX package. This includes new 18-inch black aluminum wheels with a beautiful contrasting machined edge running on hand-cooked Dynapro all-terrain tires to give you good grip on-road and off. This STX Special Edition trim, even though it is an XL truck, it also gives you dual-zone climate controls, and anybody traveling with a partner knows that that is a huge selling point. A privacy glass with rear defrost and Sync 3 with Sirius XM satellite radio round out the additions with this package. All STX trims feature sporty-looking black painted front and rear bumpers, have fog lights on the front, and a nice sporty-looking grille with blacked-out headlights. Another appearance package that showed up in addition to the Chrome and Sport appearance packages at launch was the Black appearance package. This includes blacked out elements on the grille, Ford logo, mirror caps, lower fascia, running boards, and of course wheels. This is a very sporty look for those looking to get a more street-inspired Ranger. There are also off-road focused FX2 two-wheel drive pre-runner style off-roading and the FX4, which is four-wheel drive. On the other hand, for those looking for a new off-road monster, the Tremor Package delivers in spades. With off-road tuned suspension, with Fox 2.0 monotube shock absorbers featuring rear piggyback reservoirs and rear multi-leaf springs. You get skid plates for the radiator, transfer case, and fuel tank for underbelly protection, and new 12-spoke Tremor wheels fitted to 265/70R17 all-terrain tires. On the interior, there are 6 factory upfitter switches mounted to the dash to easily add aftermarket accessories. Additionally, to set the Tremor apart, you get Tremor embroidered on the seats, and the exterior features a unique grille, wider lip moldings, and exclusive Tremor graphics. A terrain management system is available on both the FX4 and Tremor and includes 4-wheel drive modes for normal, grass, gravel, snow, mud ruts, and sand. When crawling over rocks, take advantage of Trail Control, which is a low-speed cruise control for the off-road. So now that we've learned everything what's new, what do you say we learn a little bit about what it's like actually living with the Ranger? The driving position in the Ranger is very comfortable, and you can see very well 360 degrees around you. There is a bevy of buttons on the steering wheel that control pretty much everything you'll need while in motion, which is great because you don't have to take your eyes off the road. There are 2 convenient USB ports in the middle console with plenty of room for pretty much any size cell phone to fit, and you also have 2 12-volt ports on either side of the center console, which are great for those dash cams, charging tablets, or other miscellaneous items. Now, as you can see, the armrest has a little bit of a weird shape. That's to allow for usage of the cup holders here. The driver gets a little bit more of an extension, which is going to be pretty comfortable. However, for the passenger, unless this seat is pushed all the way back, you're going to have a hard time utilizing the center armrest. Being a mid-size truck means that you have a lot more maneuverability over a full-size truck when it comes to tight parking spaces, parking garages and driving downtown and having to parallel park. You can easily fit the Ranger in your garage, which is not the easiest task with a full-size. Then, when taking on the off-road, the Ranger's smaller footprint allows it to be thrown around trails and over obstacles with ease.
Now, if you don't actually need the full cabin space and hauling ability of a full-size truck, the Ranger is a great alternative for those who don't have that heavy of a workload. Now, some of you might be a little bit hesitant about such a small engine in a truck of this size. However, this mighty 2.3 liter EcoBoost 4-cylinder produces best-in-class torque at 310 pound-feet, which is better than its V6 rivals. And with 270 horsepower on deck, you're never going to feel as though you're lacking for horsepower when you're trying to get up to highway speeds. Now, most will opt for a four-wheel drive, which will get you 20 city, 24 highway, and 22 miles per gallon combined, with the two-wheel drive models about a mile or two per gallon in each one of those categories. And unfortunately, the 2.3 liter EcoBoost is the only available engine for the Ranger currently. The Ranger features confidence-inspiring driving characteristics, and it feels light on the road, and I would imagine the trails alike. It feels like you can just throw it anywhere without hesitation. And speaking of hesitation, with this 10-speed automatic transmission, you're always right in the meaty curve of the power band, so you're never at a loss for power when you have to put your foot down. The Ranger never feels out of control, even going around fast on and off ramps for being such a high-riding vehicle. It also helps that these seats have nice bolstering on the sides to keep you in place. Now, unfortunately, when you go with the quad cab, you are going to have to sacrifice a little bit of bed space. But unless you're hauling really long pieces of lumber, you're still going to get pretty good use out of this bed with a maximum payload capacity of 1,860 pounds. And all Rangers, no matter the trim or cab configuration, have a towing capacity of 7,500 pounds. Now, these are maximum capacity numbers that only a little over a decade ago were full-size F-150 numbers.
The bed features tie-down hooks to secure your load, and we can do in-house customization to your Ranger to outfit it just the way you would like, with spray-in bed liners, tonneau covers, chase racks, additional in-bed storage, amongst a host of other Ford-branded aftermarket accessories. We can even put a dampener on your tailgate, a feature missing from the factory that makes a world of difference. We can also do window tint, lift kits, bigger wheels and tires, and even performance upgrades. Richmond Ford is your one-stop shop for it all.
So now that we know everything there is to know about the 2021 Ford Ranger, all that's left is the price. Now, a lot of people like to say, why get a Ranger when you can get an F-150? Well, consider this. This STX package is coming in at around $36,000 MSRP, while this one is stickering for $49,000. So on average, you're going to spend a little over $10,000 less on the same Ranger trim level than you would for the F-150. Now, to keep abreast of all of our current pricing, please click the link in the description. This will take you right to our inventory page where you can view all of the current pricing, take advantage of all the current incentives and sales going on, and remember that every new Ford on our lot comes with an exclusive 100,000 mile warranty, and we have 5-star customer service because we are driven by you. Please take a moment to like this video, leave us a comment about the Ranger, and don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more great Ford content. Thanks for watching.